Oxygen and whiskey, friend or foe, or sometimes it's the friendly foe. Well, you decide. Now, I have a nice bottle, a bottle of whiskey that I have been enjoying now exactly for 1 year. Okay, full disclosure, I did enjoy it a little bit too much in the first 8, 9 months, but almost 1 year ago, I opened up this bottle on a review. I think it was my 500 subscriber review. So if you want to go see it, take a look. It's a little bit of a long video, but you'll find it right at the end. I opened up this bottle, was super excited to give it a try. And it did not disappoint. It is a whiskey that like you can see, I did enjoy it a little bit too much. I realize I have so many open bottles. I open up a bottle. Sometimes I do one review, put it back, and then I just forget about it. Now, this one, clearly, I did not forget anything. That's, of course, the Abelauer Abuna batch number 58. 61.1% ABV. I've talked about this one quite often. I also shared some of it, quite a lot of it, because I think sharing is caring, and if you find something that is fantastic, give it to somebody else as well. Let them experience it, not breaking the bank, so I really liked it. Now, this bottle, unfortunately, ended up, for some reason, I'm not blaming anyone, my wife. I'm going to have to delete that. I put it, it landed up on the windowsill, and the curtain was drawn, so I never realized it was standing there. And I was looking for it and couldn't find it. Eventually, I found it there. Tried to open the bottle. Of course, first mistake, I think with the sun shining on it, the little lid came off, so the cork was stuck on it. I didn't think much of it. I did put it in a decent place, and I forgot about it. Now, as you can see, there's not a lot left, and it's winter time. I started taking them out. I'm going to pour myself a wee dram just to see if this experience are still the same. And the first thing that I did pick up, there was a huge change in the whiskey. It was completely different from me. That boldness, that in-your-face sherry monster was no longer there. That 61.1% ABV, even with a little bit of an agitation, I can stick my nose in it, and as you can see, it's quite a substantial nose. I'm not getting much of that alcohol. So there must have been some type of evaporation going on. There is that boldness seems to have completely disappeared, and that made me think, 1 year's time, how is it possible that there was so much changes? Was it just the cork giving out or giving it enough room for oxygen to ruin it? Maybe the oxygen on the inside was a little bit too much. I see quite a lot of people suggesting, if you have a problem like that, a quarter of the bottle left, maybe decant it into a smaller bottle. I think it's a very good idea. I hate wasting a good whiskey like that. So with the oxygen can be your friend. Especially if you open up a fresh bottle, you put it in a glass, give it some time, always give it a little bit of time, 1 minute for each year, So yeah, give it some time to do some oxidation. Now, I know a lot of people that's saying that it's not really oxidation. Well, I'm not going to go into the politics. Only thing that I know, if I put something in a glass and I give it a little bit of time, it changes. If I drink a bottle halfway, it changes. We talk about the neck pour. Now, the neck pour can be different from something that is halfway or quarter or almost everything drank already. So there's definitely a change over time. And experts are saying oxidation. Now, and that can be a friend with a little bit of time, and I see over time it changes into acetic acid. That gives you whiskey a little bit of a sour nose, a little sour taste, sour on the nose, sour on the taste. So definitely when it reaches that stage, throw it away. How do you prevent it? Well, there's a couple of ways to prevent it. One of them, well, start drinking the bloody whiskey. Don't give it time for oxidation. Don't give it time so oxygen can ruin your whiskey. Or you can get one of those cans of inert gas. You spray it in, you displace all the oxygen out, close the lid, put it in a dark place, dry place, no direct sunlight. This is the result of direct sunlight. Keep it in a place where the temperature is stable, not fluctuating too much. Keep it up straight. Don't lie, it's not wine. Don't put it on its side. Funny thing, I went to the Johannesburg International Airport, the duty-free shop, and they had a Macallan's lying on its side in the little cabin, the glass cabinet. But this expensive Macallan, the 2 boxes on its side, and that's been like that for quite a number of years already. So I did say to the lady, please, can you just do me a favor? Just put it upright. You are completely destroying this whiskey. She just looked, laughed, walked away. But on my return, I did go back and make sure, yep, it was no longer available. They took it out. I think maybe they had a quick look, and I'm sure that cork was completely destroyed and there was some leakage. Just thinking, well, I'm not sure, but yeah, you have to store it in proper conditions. So this one on the taste, that there's a little bit of a sour note coming out, but not much. The taste for me is still, well, it's still pleasant. There's a little bit of a diesel or jet fuel note coming out, which I didn't pick up. There's definitely a mellowness. There's definitely the alcohol level is definitely no longer 61%. If I have to guess, maybe 48, maybe touching 50% ABV. So the alcohol level has definitely gone down. So that also means I need to finish this bottle. Now, if my mom was still alive, this bottle I would have given her to put it on Christmas cake. Not brandy this time. This high strength, well, used to be high strength on a Christmas cake, just to keep it moist, I think it will be killer. The flavors is still there, but if I have to guess, let me just make sure. If I have to guess, 3-4 months, and it's going to be undrinkable. So to all my dear friends, if you are looking for a sample and you get an unexpected sample in the post, now you know why. We have to make sure that it's finished before it's, well, we have to finish before it gets destroyed completely. So that is me. Oxygen or not oxygen? How long do you take your bottles of whiskey? How long will you keep it before you, well, either drink it or destroy it? or don't you give it enough time to ever find out what is the effect of oxidation in your whiskey? So that's me on that bombshell. Let's start drinking and make sure that it never happens to you. And of course, as usual, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also, look for that Patreon account if you want to donate for children in South Africa. So thank you very much. Cheers.